Teachers are supposed to be professional and must set a good example for their students. But what happens when some teachers cross all boundaries? Here are two different cases when dirty teachers realize their lives are over.
Okay, so what's going to happen?
I'm not going to do anything with you.
Well, I'm asking Mrs. Bowles.
Well, I'm just going to be honest, Kimberly. I'm concerned about you. I have a responsibility to take care of the kids.
Right.
And it's not going to be my decision.
It's my decision. So let's see what happens.
This is 53-year-old Kimberly Coates, a third-grade teacher who reached the school drunk out of her senses. On August 17th, 2023, school officials contacted police after they were concerned a teacher was possibly intoxicated. In this footage, School Resource Officer Dean from the Perkins Police Department interrogates her. Principal, Mrs. Donna Bowles, and Superintendent Perkins Board of Education, Doug Ogle, are also present.
So, just observing you in classroom, it looks like something's off a little bit. And so I've asked Officer Dean to come in here and visit with it. Have you taken anything that's, do you have a prescription for anything that maybe you have taken today that just seems like you're not the same person that I talked to this morning?
I did take some medication last night to help me with sleep because I have some anxiety stuff, but that's I can't think of the name of it right now, but I could look it up when I get home.
Okay. So you haven't taken anything while you were at school?
No.
Okay. Now, one thing I would tell you is, for your appointment, I want you to be truthful.
Okay.
And so, would you be willing to take a breathalyzer test?
If I needed to, yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, but if you're willing to do it, that helps us.
Have you taken any sort of medication today?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you taken any medication today?
I did take some medication this morning for my anxiety.
What did you take this morning?
I think it's called clozapine. I'm not very good with
Did you
that.
take it here at school
I took it this morning.
while you were here?
Yeah, right before I came in. Yes.
Okay.
Is it a prescription? Because you changed your story a little bit now.
You said it was
took-
last night.
Yeah.
Well, I took one last night and then I took one this morning because my anxiety was really like bad
Well, that's understandable, but I just need you. So what time did you take it?
this morning.
Whenever you took it last, what time was that?
I'm not really for sure.
Where's it at? In your car? In your classroom?
No, I had one. I took it I put it in my pocket and then I took it.
You put it in your pocket?
Yeah. Because I didn't want to bring the whole bottle in.
You do know that if it's a narcotic, you have to have it in the bottle, right? Or you can be charged with it?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's got to be in the prescription bottle.
Did you drink something while you were here at school?
Not while I was at school.
When did you drink something?
Last night.
Okay. Not here at school? Because it seemed that it changed. I mean, your demeanor kind of changed. Anything here at school?
I wouldn't bring it into the school.
Okay.
Are you going to blow double zeros?
I don't know.
You should know. If you hadn't drank anything, you should blow zeros. If you drank something recently, it's going to show it. We'll just find it. You should know. Makes me think that you are not going to.
Okay, so what's going to happen?
I'm not going to do anything with you.
Well, I'm asking Mrs. Bowles.
Well, I'm just going to be honest, Kimberly. I'm concerned about you. I have a responsibility to take care of the kids.
Right.
And it's not going to be my decision.
It's my decision. So let's see what happens.
All right.
All right, so you're going to blow into it like you're blowing up a balloon, okay? And you're going to keep blowing until I tell you to stop. Till I tell you to stop, okay?
All right.
All right, give it just a second.
I don't know how to do this.
You're just going to blow into it like you're blowing up a balloon as soon as I tell you to. All right, ready? Take a big deep breath. Blow, 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 blow. All right, stop. Good job. You want to tell me the truth? How much you had to drink?
I drank last night.
There's no way you drank last night.
Well, I did drink last night.
Did you drink at school is what he's asking you. Tell us the truth.
I didn't drink at school.
That wouldn't blow that right there.
You blew 2 times the legal limit.
I did.
Yeah.
Here's our drink that you have. What's in this drink?
That's a Diet Coke.
Is there anything liquor in it?
Nope.
So if I go into the classroom, am I gonna find anything else?
Did you go to your vehicle to drink if we go out and search your car?
No.
So where did the liquor come from? Did you leave campus?
Not today.
Have you... This thing is pretty accurate.
No, I know it is.
So-
I know it is.
You blew like a .24.
I don't know what that means. What's
Legal limit's .08.
okay?
Do you drink often?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. Okay.
We can clearly see here that the teacher is lying about not being drunk. She blew 2 times the legal limit, which can't just happen because of drinks you've had the previous night.
Can I check your eyes?
Do it.
Can I check your eyes?
Yeah.
Can I stand up? I'm not going to go through the entire test, but stand with your feet by your side, hands down to your feet, side to side, heel to heel. There you go. All right. Just follow the tip of my pen. Your eyes only. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
You drank recently. Yeah, she's intoxicated.
I see. Do you know your husband's number if I call him?
I don't want you to call him.
Well, I can't let you leave. If you leave, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah, I'm going to arrest you for DUI.
So I need somebody to come pick you up.
Kim. I know I've been having a hard time. I just, am I going to get fired?
Honestly, yes. Or you can resign. You're under the influence at school with kids. That cannot happen.
Can it not just be that it's in my blood system and that's why it's...
Unless you were drank a shit ton at like 8 o'clock this morning, I don't know how you could still be that high.
I did drink a lot last night.
How much did you drink?
I don't... Too much.
What do you drink?
Wine.
So how many bottles of wine did you drink?
We had the box.
Did you drink a whole box of wine?
Half a box.
And you stopped drinking at like 3 this morning?
Presley Johnson, please come to the office. Presley.
The problem is they said you were
Please
fine
come
this
to the
morning,
office.
and then recently they've noticed a difference.
See, and that's weird to me. That it was okay this morning. I would think that it would be...
Which makes me think that you've drank recently.
It turns out that the suspicions were right, and Kimberly Coates was in fact drunk on the job as she failed her eye test, and her behaviour seems different to what it was this morning. She seems terrified of losing her job, but this remorse is too little, too late.
We think that you drank today. Not 3 a.m. We think that you've drank since you've been at school. And I don't believe you're being honest with us. Do you want to change that story?
No, I mean, even if I did, does that make a difference to work here? I
Well, it helped me to be able to understand that maybe do I need to be sympathetic with you a little bit? I just don't believe you right now. I think you're lying to us.
Okay, I drank on the way to work.
Okay. I'm glad that you told us that. Okay. We'll still discuss tomorrow.
I went to work here. I went to work here.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Now let's call somebody and have them pick you up.
No, I can't call my husband.
Do you have anyone else you can call?
Okay. No more games, right?
Yeah.
Other than that.
My juice?
Gonna try again? That there is wine.
I thought that was from yesterday.
You drank it up here yesterday?
Well, I brought it from home.
Have half mine to arrest you just because you lied to me.
Okay, what do I need to do to make everything right?
I just wanted honesty. That's all I wanted.
I drank out of that yesterday. I didn't drink out of it today.
I don't believe you.
I drank out of that coming to work yesterday.
Well, where's the cup that you drank out of today? Is it in your classroom too?
I don't think so. Honestly, I thought I was doing a good job today. I don't know. I don't know.
Kimberly Coates tries to convince the detectives that she was drinking before coming to work, but it seems much more likely that she had her drink in class in the cup that quite clearly reeked of wine.
Well, here's the deal. You're under arrest. So, hey, we're not going to sit here and whine. That's over. Am I going to find anything illegal in here?
I don't think so.
All right, here's the deal.
No.
Stand up. You are under arrest. I'm going to place handcuffs on the front of you, in front of you.
No.
Spencer, you're going to come. You might have to come in here.
Finally, the officer runs out of patience and arrests her for being non-cooperative after having drinks on her job as a teacher. She was taken to Payne County Jail, but has since been released. Kimberly Coates was asked to resign from the job as someone like Coates can't be trusted around young kids. If you think Mrs. Coates was an irresponsible teacher, wait till you find about Mr. Rutherford, whose actions were downright despicable.
And here you talk about that you'd love to see her in like bra and panties.
Yeah, I remember saying that. I remember saying that.
Okay.
I think I said even something about her laying on top of me.
Yep. You said you'd
But
like
like I
her laying
said,
on top of you, kissing you,
That was
and
like
kind of grinding.
that was like an online fantasy. I never really intended for it to happen.
This is James Rutherford, a 26-year-old 6th grade teacher who was caught as a result of a sting operation. Rutherford was a habitual groomer and used to seek pleasure in his explicitly sexual conversations with minor girls. In this case, he started talking to a 13-year-old girl, Danica, who was actually a decoy created by Chris Hansen and his team and was featured on an episode of To Catch a Predator. Rutherford drove 3 hours to meet the 13-year-old who was alone at her home, and this is where the Darke County Sheriff's Office brought him in.
We have some chat logs.
Yeah, I talked to the guy at the thing about it.
Okay. And we kind of want to sit down and talk to you about it, okay?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Is the chat name that you used
IU Rutherford.
IU Rutherford?
Yes, sir. Can I ask if I'm being charged? Is that fair? Or
Yes. You're going to be looking at charges.
what charges?
Right now, till once we talk and we go through everything, just depending on
Okay.
what your belief was, what was actually said, and everything else, and what actually occurred.
Yes, sir.
Okay. As soon as we get done here, I'll let you know the exact charges against you.
Okay.
Okay. What was the screen name of the person you was talking to? Do you remember?
I really actually don't know.
I'd say Princess Danica.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
That's it. Now you guys, should I have my lawyer?
That I cannot answer for you. You do have a right to an attorney, as you're advised in your rights. Did they ever advise what name did you think her real name was?
The Danica.
Danica?
Rutherford tries to feign ignorance, but it seems like today is not the day he can fool the authorities.
How old did you believe this female to be?
I think she said 13 or 14. I couldn't remember.
Okay. I guess first question I ask you is what brought you to the address on 5K Avenue?
I don't know.
What did you believe was going to happen when you got there?
Honestly, nothing. I had decided long ago that I wasn't going to do anything physical with the kid. I really did. I know that's probably hard for you to believe, but I didn't even really want to come. I told the guy over there, I don't know why I was coming. My mind told me, stop, she's a kid. I am a teacher. I've never done anything like this before. And I just kept driving. But I decided long before I got here that I'm not going to do anything with her. I'm not going to touch her. I'm not going to violate her. She's a kid.
But in your log, you talked
know.
about
I know.
performing sexual acts together. Is that
We
right?
talked about kissing. And we talked about kissing.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't know. I know
You talked about her dressing slutty and that she was a virgin. Is that right?
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't remember asking that, honestly.
You told her you'd show her your butt. Is that correct?
I really don't remember, sir.
Okay.
Rutherford clearly came with sexual intentions as he drove 3 long hours to get here. Moreover, during his online chats, he had discussed in detail sexually explicit stuff with a 13-year-old minor.
I decided long before I even got here, though, that I wasn't going to do anything physical with her.
But before you made that decision, there was a belief that something physical was going to happen. Even though you changed your mind.
No, sir.
And you said that
In fact, I wasn't
you
even
changed your mind.
I wasn't even going to come up, and I even called
Why
her.
did you come?
I don't know. I even called her and said, I'm not really comfortable with this. You're way too young. And she said, come anyway. We'll just hang out. I don't know if you guys have logs of my phone calls, but that is what happened. I, in fact, turned around and was heading home, and I said, I don't think I'm going to come. I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't know if you can check that or not. And she said, no, come up. We'll have fun. I was just looking forward to hanging out, whatever. And I went home and thought, this is dumb. I shouldn't go. On the internet, it's almost like it's a fantasy, like it's not real, I think. And it kind of got real, and I thought, what? I don't even want to. It won't matter to you, but I actually just found out a couple days ago I'm getting divorced. And I've just been trying to stay out of the house and stay busy, and I think I had nothing else to do today. And thought, well, I'll drive up there if nothing else. And if I even thought maybe I'll get here and turn around. But if nothing else, it was a couple hours I could just be out of the house, driving my car or whatever.
Rutherford knows that he's been exposed and starts making excuses for his actions. He tries to blame it on going through a divorce, or that he didn't really want to be in the house right now, which is why he might have made the drive.
And here you talk about that you'd love to see her in like bra and panties.
Yeah, I remember saying that. I remember saying that.
Okay.
I think I said even something about her laying on top of me.
Yep. You said you'd
But
like
like I
her
said,
laying on top of you, kissing you,
That was
and
like
kind of grinding.
an online fantasy. I never really intended for it to happen. I know you're
Did you
not.
have fantasies that there was sex with this?
Not sex, no sir.
13-year-old?
No sir. I never said let's have sex, sir.
Well, I guess I don't understand why a gentleman, how old are you?
26, sir.
26, school teacher, would even have any thought
I
of
don't-
wanting to meet a 13-year-old girl
You know what?
and go hang out.
You know what? I don't either. I told those guys over there.
Why a 26-year-old male would type the things that he typed to a 13-year-old girl, asking her,
I don't know, sir.
listen to me a minute, asking her what she was wearing, if she's wet, talking about her wearing her bra, her laying on top of you, you guys grinding.
I don't
That's things that a 26-year-old male does not say to a 13-year-old kid, unless you have ideas or thoughts that sexual acts could happen.
Sir, I'll be honest with you. I am
Okay,
a
with
teacher.
you hearing everything I told you, would you believe that the thought was,
Oh, I know. If I was in your shoes, hell no, I wouldn't believe a word I'm saying.
you would believe that your
I
your
was-
whole plan was to come up here and have sex?
Yeah, if I was you, yes, sir.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Okay.
The only thing shared between Rutherford and the 13-year-old online were sexually explicit conversations, which mean there can only be one reason why Rutherford drove 3 hours to see her.
But you still come.
Well, she said, well, come and we'll just hang out. Well, if we're just hanging out,
Do you think it's right for a 26-year-old to hang out with a 13-year-old child? Even if it's just sitting
just
and
hanging out
watching a
watching
movie?
No, probably not.
And you came from
Mainville,
Manville,
Cincinnati.
that was Cincinnati. So, do you feel that's odd? A 26-year-old man drives all the way from Cincinnati up here to sit and watch a movie with a 13-year-old.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm not saying I don't need help. I'm not saying there's not something wrong with me.
What do you think's wrong with you?
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I've done that stuff. I've thought about getting help in the past, and I honestly just never thought I could open up to a stranger, a psychiatrist.
So how long have you been doing this?
Well, like I said, I mean, the internet's been around since I was 12, 13. I've always chatted on there.
But how long have you think you've been
I don't
chatting
know.
with minors?
I can't give you specifics. I guess
Sexual
since
gratification.
I was no longer a minor. I mean, I've always chatted to people. It wasn't always minors.
Right.
I don't know. I can't give you any specific dates, honestly. I'm not going to lie and I've chatted to...
Do you enjoy talking to a minor, though, for your gratification?
It wasn't just the minors. It was just girls in general.
Okay.
He finally seems to admit that he has a problem and has even talked to other minors before. He also confesses that at one point he had photographs of minors, which he claims weren't nudes, but admits could have been provocative pictures.
But my question to you is, what if you come up here and we weren't here and they weren't doing what they were doing and there was actually a 13-year-old girl in that house that was waiting on you in just her bras and just her panties?
I'm telling you, bottom of my heart, I wouldn't have done anything. I've never done something like that with a kid.
You've never done something like that,
I know
but you went ahead and come up here.
The studies show that, one thing leads to another with sexual predators. Apparently that's what I am. I never thought I was.
Over here, Rutherford surprisingly admits that he's a predator since one thing can lead to another in such scenarios. It's alarming that Rutherford is a school teacher who teaches students of the same age that he preys on online. Initially, Rutherford tried to fight the charges but eventually pleaded guilty and received 45 days in jail, a 36-month probation, and a 10-year stay on the registered sex offenders list. This sentencing should give Rutherford some time to take a step back and hopefully get his actions in check, but at the very least, it will keep him away from students and education institutions.